And you're watching The Rock Office.
Hey, everyone out there, you've reached The Rock Office. It's time to clock in and rock out. I'm your host, Bill Smith.
And I'm Kevin Davis.
All right, we're back. We have a great interview today with Matisyahu, who some of you, I hope some of you know, he's a Hasidic Jewish reggae hip-hop artist that has just been kind of blowing up all over the world, and he's had a slew of hits on the radio the last couple of years, and he came to Cleveland, and we got a chance to talk to him backstage at House of Blues, and kind of a mellow, laid-back kind of a guy, so it's going to be a real easygoing episode, and just had a chance to pick his brain and talk with him a little bit.
Yeah, we apologize. We did lose some footage when we did this interview, so what you're going to see is not really what was intended to be put out there, but it was an interview that we really wanted to show you because he is good at his craft. He deserves the media, albeit we apologize. This is going to be not what we intended it to be. But with that being said, we always try and do what we can, and we wanted to make sure to release this and let you guys check out the interview that we had with him. So we appreciate your understanding, or what we hope is your understanding. Yeah.
Here we go, Matisyahu. All right, everyone, we are backstage, Cleveland House of Blues with Matisyahu. Matisyahu, thank you for being on the show with us today.
My pleasure.
Awesome. And you're currently on tour and supporting your newest album. How's that tour going so far?
It's going great.
Yeah. Is this your first time in Cleveland? Or?
No, we've been here quite a few times before over the years.
Cool. Any interesting tales or fond memories you care to share with us?
I remember, I think it was like maybe 2005, I did a show here with Trey down by the water.
Okay.
That was a good time. Yeah.
Cool. Now, your new album, Akeda, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, that's
Akeda.
right.
Can you tell us a little bit about it? I think it's awesome. I love the progression of your career so far, and this album is great. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about it, like kind of what inspired some of the songs and the writing and the production and creating it?
Yeah, the creation kind of started a few years ago, and most of it took place over the past, year and a half.
Okay.
Before it came out, and it was produced by Stu, the bass player.
Yeah, we chatted with him beforehand.
Yep, Stu Brooks, and we've been playing together, the dub trio and Matisyahu, for about 5 years now, and wanted to work on a record together, so we sort of started working on some tunes and brought back Aaron Dugan, the original guitar player,
okay,
and worked on some tunes with him and a few other musicians and kind of put it together. And it was mostly like worked on kind of in-house project between dub trio, me and Joel Hamilton out in Greenpoint.
Cool. Now, I was wondering if you can maybe explain the meaning, because Akeda is kind of, in the English vocabulary, it's kind of an unusual word. And then you also have a pretty cool story about how you selected the cover work for it. Can you maybe explain some of that too? Sure.
So the name Akeda refers to the story of Abraham and Isaac, like Abraham's final test with Isaac on the mountain.
Okay.
And that's kind of an intense story that there's been a lot of over the years, a lot of discussion about what it means and existential meaning of Abraham and Isaac up there on the mountain. But I felt a strong connection with it. And for the artwork, so basically I had this sort of dream that I wanted to try and use as like the symbol of the record.
Okay.
Which was like a fire that's being held by a hand. and the fire's not burning or consuming itself. It's like made out of water. And so we put it out there on the internet and see if any fans wanted to try and come up with the artwork.
Okay.
And this fella Jimmy had drawn this one piece, which is a little bit different. But when I saw that piece, I just thought that really captured like the essential elements of the record, which is kind of cool without someone even having hearing it or working with the music.
Yeah.
Was able to put a visual aesthetic to, the music. So that was cool, and the fact that also it's a fan.
Yeah. Cool. So kind of like you picture like a Moses with the burning bush kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, like Moses means, the literal translation, Moshe means to be drawn from the water.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
And so that's the connection with the water and the fire,
Okay.
like the flame that doesn't,
cool.
because he was the one who could see the burning bush. So something about fire and water and balance of the elements
Okay.
and music, and be doing this now about 10 years, and to try to, it's like keeping the flame alive without being consumed by the flame. So that was like the quality of Moses. So that was like the dream that I had, and I wanted to try and put out there on the record.
Cool. Now, Akeda, to me, as I listen to it, I have your entire library, and there's like a real natural progression, because there's some elements on this album musically that I've not heard on your previous records. Are you at a place where you're just musically growing, or are you trying to move away from kind of the reggae hip hop roots, or just just who you are now as an artist?
Yeah, just always like trying to combine different things as a musician and as an artist. I've always tried to take from different places, different genres, different styles, different things, and create my own sound. And as time goes on, music continues to evolve. And as a listener and, someone who's here in the world, my tastes and styles have evolved and developed. So I kind of still have a strong appreciation for the reggae thing and the classic style, but I try to blend it, use different pieces of it.
Cool. Now, the song my favorite song on the album is "Champion," and there's such a good message behind it. Can you maybe share a little bit about the thought process and what went into creating that song specifically?
Well, with that song, I kind of wanted to create this kind of like a anthemic kind of empowerment song. So it was crafted for that purpose.
Okay.
And we try to license it. We've got some good licensing things happening with that song, so that was kind of the gist of that.
That's cool. Some of the favorite stuff of mine that I've heard you do is the songs that you did with POD on Testified, especially "Strength in My Life." Love that song. There's such a powerful spirit behind that. How was it working with those guys, and maybe any future collaborations down the road?
Oh, that was a great experience. That was sort of like my first collaboration with a band that brought me out to LA to work with them, and Glenn Ballard in the studio. I think it was like 2000, maybe 2005, early on. And they were really sweet, good guys, and we've continued to be friends over the years. And that was a special, really special recording. That song, "Strength of My Life," is one of my favorite things to date that I've done so far.
Yeah, it's a powerful song. So, I know you've probably been asked this before, and I'm just curious. Some of our viewers might be curious also. You with the beard you shaved, and you're changing your image up a little bit. What's behind the reason of that? Is there anything you like to share with us, or if not, then
Yeah, sure. Basically, just things over time kind of shifted for me, and when I started out making music and became known, I was very ultra orthodox, Hasidic that's really what I was into, and lived in Crown Heights and had been living there for quite some time. And I think over time I just sort of the whole thing began to shift for me. My perspective started to change on the religion. And so, I felt it was time to just start fresh, and shaving the beard, shaving kind of clean, taking off the hair kind of feels like I've done that a few times in my life.
Yeah.
Sort of like when I've changed into a different direction, and it feels kind of like representative of something, like, you know,
Like a rebirth or
like
something.
a rebirth, exactly.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Now, one of the early songs that I think a lot of people might recognize you for is King Without a Crown. Maybe can you share some of the meaning behind that when you wrote it? And, you know, now that's been a while, what does that song mean to you, you know, now? Is it still hold the same place in your heart, or does the meaning of it has changed for you?
Well, that song, I think I wrote it one of the first things I recorded, one of the first 3 songs I recorded while I was still in yeshiva. And I think I went on a Friday to Philadelphia and worked with a producer. And for a while there, I wasn't really listening to any music.
Okay.
One of the like rules or things I was trying to follow was not listening to music. So basically, the only thing I had was that. So while I was studying Torah and I was in the yeshiva, I used to sneak away every now and then, go listen to that song that I had recorded, which was King Without a Crown,
Okay.
and sort of like dream, you know, keep that dream kind of burning alive in me that, you know, one day I would be able to do music. And I think King Without a Crown is just kind of like, you know, a free association of just like little, you know, ideas that I kind of, as a 17, 18-year-old, had picked up along the way of, on my search for, you know, whatever.
Cool. That's awesome. That's so cool. Now, I know you're currently on tour. The album came out late June. But what can people expect from you in the next, you know, little bit, maybe 6 months to a year? Any new material coming out, or?
Well, yeah, I've been writing a bit. I've been listening to a lot of music, which is kind of what I like to do before I start writing. It's just kind of the way it tends to happen.
Okay.
A lot of listening and sort of trying to think about the direction of the next record and what's inspiring me, what I'm enjoying now. And then I've been doing little collaborations here and there when I, you know, meet people. Like I just recently met Movado, and me and him were in the studio together working on a track that was produced by a guy named Ua from the Glitch Mob.
Okay.
So it's kind of a cool collaboration.
Cool,
there.
yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, where can people surf the web and find you at? Where, website or Facebook, all that good stuff? Yeah,
all that stuff. Facebook, Twitter, and all that. It's Matisyahu. Just Google Matisyahu.
Okay.
And Matisyahu.
And that's where you are.
That's where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, Matisyahu,
there's just me and a traffic cop in Rockland County. We're the only two.
Well, that's awesome. Well, hey, thank you for taking your time being on the show. I know you're busy. You're doing sound check right now. We won't keep you anymore, and looking forward to the show tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, that was our interview with Matisyahu backstage at Cleveland House of Blues. As you can probably assume, he's very kind of a laid-back and mellow guy, more so than I thought he was going to be, but nonetheless, very accommodating, very nice guy. I want to thank him and his management for arranging everything for us. We also want to thank Cleveland House of Blues for being so accommodating to us and letting us monopolize their second dressing room to speak with him and some of his bandmates that we didn't get on camera, which were equally, if not more, amusing. So.
Yeah, really cool guys. In fact, but with that being said, we appreciate your support. Sorry about the broken episode there, if you will. But what do they say? Shit happens. Check us out on the web, www.therockoffice.com. Over on Facebook at facebook.com/rockoffice. Over at Twitter at _rock_office. All of the above. Love us, hate us, follow us. That's all we care.
Yeah.
No, that's not all we care about. But anyhow, we do appreciate your love, your support. Hopefully your love and support. So, that's it.
That's it. All right. Remember, support your local independent record store by buying a physical copy of music instead of digital download. We'll see you next time on The Rock Office. Take care and God bless.